And then start streaming.
Hey everybody, how you doing tonight? Welcome to what is now the 7th episode of What Are You Drinking Now at the Office.
The 6th episode is kind of like a legend.
Yeah, 2 people got to see it last week. That was the 2 people that watched us streaming on Twitch. Our producer didn't hit record or didn't record from Twitch. So
there was a live stream, but there was no saved podcast.
Yeah, you had to be there. It was some of our best jokes. I mean, we were tearing it up.
We had this old guy chime in on Twitch. And
Commentary's been getting better week to week.
Yeah,
we
it was
really
fun
enjoy
with it.
that. The interaction's good.
Yeah, we actually had a phone call.
Yeah, that
Doing
was
the show as
interesting.
well.
Our first live on
Yeah.
air.
First on air.
In the studio phone
Pops
call.
wouldn't talk.
He
So
wanted to know how to use Twitch.
So he wouldn't talk while we were live, so we hung up on him.
Yeah, like I said, you guys didn't miss much though.
Oh no. So anyway, welcome, and we are back for another episode. Tonight, my palate cleanser is this great little new.
That color.
I know it's a raspberry mint sour called Respise. Just got in today. It's pretty good, but probably not the best palate cleanser.
It looks and smells like a Jolly
My
Rancher.
palate cleanser is still in a can, appropriately so. It's the Trophy White.
That's actually the last can of that. However, I just spoke to Trophy Brewing today. I'm getting 2 more cases of that next Monday, and I'm getting a case of one of their special New England IPAs.
There's
It's
nothing
almost out.
on here to describe this beer other than it just says more than just a pretty package.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've got the Dogfish Head Liquid Truth Serum.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
New brew, new this year.
Happy New Beer.
Yeah, just came out.
Oh yeah,
Good stuff, good juice.
Well, they got it in the can. Was it always in the
Yeah.
can?
Yeah, it was a 16-ounce can again.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right. I couldn't remember
So,
if it was in the
Pint
can.
can, nicely
But this
priced,
is
$3.75.
Came out with that, plus the Dogfish Head American Dream, the Grateful Dead collaboration.
I did see that.
That came in today?
It was a toss up, but I figured this one 16 ounces. Been a long day. It's a Monday.
All right, so I'm interested to drink some beer. Do we want to start with Josh, or do we want to?
Josh is digging. I'm gonna stir something up real quick. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. So
I knew that. I put one back in the cooler. I'm like, I don't remember anybody drinking it.
yep. All right. So if I can get this right, we got the Southern Pine Texas Rig. I'll show you the good side right there. It is an obvious reference to bass fishing. The Texas Rig, rigging that worm up.
They even show you how to do it on the can.
They actually do, yeah. There is a how-to Texas rig, a worm. I myself prefer the Carolina rig, but that's not important. But Southern Pines, they do a really good job with everything they make. This is a really nice, solid IPA. I've had it before, but I do love it. It's pretty potent. All right. You guys have passed me your glasses.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so nobody's on chat right now, so
Not much going on
not
in
much
chat
going on
room.
there. Is this mine here? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're getting a special delivery
So
from
we
our
get to do a
producer.
little- Nicely done, thank you. I'll get that. That was awesome. Man.
All right, so are we gonna do the Texas rig first, or are we gonna do next? I don't know.
I'm sorry. Let's. I'd be happy to do mine first. We got the Texas rig on hold. We're gonna fly blind. This was the deal with this taste test.
I think I know what that is.
I wanted to do a blind taste test.
I almost think
True
I know
blood.
what it is too, but I don't know.
All right, so we're going to the Texas rig.
All right, you guys are passing right through that. Going to the rig. All right.
Well, we've already been talking about the rig.
Yeah,
so
we already started talking about
That's
this.
all right.
All right, so Southern Pines Brewery.
I remember the tasting with these guys. They did send us a generous full board flight to taste, and I thought there was some similarities throughout all the beers, and I think we'll get to some of that with the Texas rig.
It's a really interesting smell on this one. Like, it doesn't smell like your typical IPA.
Like, I just don't get much on the nose, honestly.
I almost get like a buttery.
I mean, there's a little hops there. It's not what you get on the big hoppy IPAs. Just a little bit of hops. I get a little bit of the buttery on the palate too.
It's like butterscotchy, but like not like bad butterscotchy way. Like the beer is bad. Like I think that there's something they did with the malt to get that kind of sweetness going on. It's kind of nice, you know.
Yeah, actually, first sip, I got right into what you're talking about. Almost reminds me of Scottish ale, but it doesn't have the caramel malt, the amber malts of its Scottish, and none of the sour aged tones.
I do get some honey in it
90
too.
shilling, not quite, but
I will say the mouthfeel, body, and just overall weight of this beer, it feels a lot heavier than it looks.
So I remember last time tasting them a little bit, we unraveled a little bit and discovered maybe usages of English yeasts that were giving some of these tones, and also some Kent Gold hops and things like that.
Yeah, because then we dig into the website and found out what they were.
So they had a nice cream ale, and they had I think they had a Scottish.
Yeah, the Duck Hook is good. Their cream ale, that's good stuff.
How often do you say, "Oh, it's a cream ale"? It's a really good cream ale.
More and more nowadays, but still not often enough.
A lot of brewers, that's like their bottom line entry beer, and when brewers are putting pride into things like that, you get into their IPAs, like the Texas Rig, and you start seeing these themes within Southern Pines Brewery. Very true to English style. Has this creaminess, this butterscotch tone in this IPA. It's not extraordinarily bitter, but you discover some hop tones in there that I really enjoy.
I want to see somebody make a steam beer besides Anchor.
So it's definitely got. It took me a minute to figure out what you're talking about. Then you said Anchor, and I realized it. So yeah, it's got a little bit of the hops. It does have the list on their Citra, Mosaic, and Amarillo.
I'd say that it feels pretty gratuitously hopped, but not all up front for bitterness. It's like there are a lot of hop layers to this. It's like
gives it an 80 IBU on the can is the rating.
It's pretty bitter, but not in the sense that you'd think.
Definitely mid palate, rear palate is where I'm catching the bitters. More like I say English style.
I'm getting mid palate bitters, but I'm getting more creaminess on the back end.
Yeah, absolutely. The nose is where the palate finishes.
Yeah, this beer is but like I said, it's definitely a sipper. It's not one. It's hard to drink this beer fast.
8.5 ABV.
Yeah, it's a tall, and that's a tall boy. That's a pint
16,
can.
Yep.
So 8.5. That's technically an imperial.
Yep.
And that right there could point at some of those buttery tones, some of those rich tones.
Oh, yeah.
Once you get into that much body, there's a lot of malt behind percentages like that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Well, you can't get the alcohol without the sugar. Hops aren't going to give you booze.
Yeah, just alcohol. It's a friendly feel. I like the color, the light color, but don't be fooled. Just as Josh keeps saying, it's not a light beer. It's a golden imperial IPA.
Yeah. I mean, it's light in color alone.
Yeah. No, I think it's solid.
Well, I mean, it's a testament to it I know these guys have seen us a couple of weeks. I think it's taking us longer to finish this beer than...
I don't think I'm going to slam finish this beer. It's tempting because it's like, oh, I know I got something to do, but I also know, look, I don't need this glass empty. I can come back to this. And this is something I like about this beer. I feel like this beer maybe changes character even as it warms up. English beer traditionally not served quite as cold as American beer.
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder if there's some flavors that'll just kind of wake up with that.
Well, they're saying that they want you to drink at 45 degrees.
Which is not refrigerated cold.
No.
Refrigerated cold's 38.
Yep.
Something like that. So they're right there. They're saying, let this thing come up 10 degrees almost.
I'd leave my fridge at 45. I like spoiled food.
Yeah, so do the British, right? I'm going to get some hate for that one. Thanks.
But I like this. It's been a while since I've had it. I think I'm trying to remember if I had any of Southern Pines beer that just made me go, eh. I think they're all fairly solid.
Yeah, I think they're good beers. I'll be honest, the flavors we're talking about, I'm not the hugest fan of, and as a big IPA fan,
I was gonna say
this
not bitter,
flavor kind of like second, it makes me check a little. I gotta whoa, like Josh said, slow down with this beer. That's helpful. It's an Imperial. You guys really enjoy that Duck Hook cream ale. For me, it's a little too creamy for my palate, but that's just a personal thing. If you like a cream ale, that one's gonna nail it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and you are a big hophead.
I like the floral feel on hops and things like that. Hey, on that note, you guys want to try the other beer?
I would put money on the fact that I know what this beer is without tasting it.
I'm just
without even tasting it. Can Josh call the beer?
It's Klaus Haller.
All right, there's one guess.
Dude, that or St. Pauli's Girl.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's in that German vein, and I'm getting how do I say this politely? Sometimes on German beers, I get a skunkiness almost.
Absolutely, I think that's right in there with the hopping and it is an import, so. Yeah, it's a German beer. It's a German lager. That helps.
It's St. Pauli, isn't it?
Yeah, one true German imported lager.
If you take the booze out of it, it becomes Klaus Haller.
Pretty much.
They smell and taste almost exactly the same. But
so
this one actually has alcohol in it.
Which, and it's not high alcohol, but it is fully Kreuzen, right? This is a German style lager. And that's part of that. It has to do with where we're drawing yeast and the filtering and the level of filtering that happens. This is a beer that's brewed to Reinheitsgebot, almost, basically, which is the age-old brewing laws of Germany.
Which we got into discussing on Sunday.
I gotta say, without judging a beer I've seen since, I can't tell you how young, everybody wanted a piece of St. Pauli Girl, right?
Well,
I enjoy it.
This is one of the beers that we have in the shop that even before craft brew craze came around, it was out there.
Oh yeah,
it was on the shelves in the grocery store. But for whatever reason, it's not on the shelves in the grocery store that much anymore.
And Mexican beer. Mexican beer chased it out.
We had several customers ask for it because they can't get it at the local grocery store. And I was skeptical at first. We brought it in, and we sell out, a case every 2 weeks. It's a solid buy for us. So
I'll tell you what, St. Pauli's Girl, it's so much better than Bud and Bud Light that it's not even funny. But it's still in that vein, and it's around the same price point. But it's just you get so much more for your money.
It's a very it's a very pale malt, very clear too, crystal clear. So there's not a lot of material in this. Okay, as far as colloidal, articulate.
This
versus
is a mass-produced German beer, not your Weihenstephaner, which is a lot produced, but it's
and so it's just good. And it's meant to taste good and be real friendly with food.
This isn't some guy with a handlebar mustache in a barn somewhere.
Yeah. We're not trying to twist eyebrows.
When I was a kid, my dad used to drink Lowenbrau.
Sure.
Which, that's where I got the skunky from.
It means lion brew.
Always reminds me of that. That smell always reminds me. Takes me back to when my dad.
The reason why they always smell and taste that way is because they put it in green bottles.
Before Beck's, I was gonna make a statement about Rolling Rock and how Rolling Rock and Grolsch's used to have this similar kind of taste, but they leave you with a little bit of funk. Whereas and I'm gonna say the old Beck's. New Beck's is a little bit different now. It's officially being able to be made in North America, which they can brew outside of.
I can't remember the last time I saw Beck's alcoholic. I only see Beck's NA anymore anywhere.
That explains maybe part of what happened with the whole labeling, because they got taken with the Anheuser InBev, the whole massive Budweiser relabeling and all that. But what I was learning was Beck's was formerly only imported through one island in New York, and they literally used to bring it in on the green sails, and St. Pauli Girl and Beck's would come in on the boat, and this is what they did. So these were some of the first, the German lagers that we saw imported over into this country. So many of the lagers that we see imitated in the Northeast, Pennsylvania, northern Wisconsin, or southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, Ohio Valley, Mississippi Valley. There are countless, just small town breweries that produce German lagers like this, and then maybe do a dark beer with it, along the side.
Yingling.
Yeah, they got
lines.
Yingling's a very particular flavor.
What, Yingling?
Yeah, people drink Yingling and they think of that as a lager. I want to state to you right now that St. Pauli's Girl is going to give you a far different feel on the lager spectrum. Yingling has a very aged, barreled type feel, whereas this is going to be a very crisp and clean lager.
Well, it's also and that's that aged barrel type thing. That's got to have something to do with the coloration of Yingling.
Sure, yeah, it's an amber color. It has those caramel notes, whereas this is like more like Vienna crystal malt.
Yeah.
I just thought if you drink Yingling, you're from PA.
Carlisle.
So, break out the bottle. Let's.
Yeah. So the reveal. Let's see if these guys had it right. They are in fact right. It's good old St. Pauli Girl. You guys will remember this one from the old 4th of July party. She looks like the girl at Disney World who brings you your beer. It's probably one of those. A lot of people might say this is one of the first beers I ever had, but it's a great beer.
So are we gonna drink one room temp now and compare and contrast?
That's just a model there. Yeah. I just wanted to enjoy the true blind taste test.
Oh yeah, ooh, we should start doing that more often.
So I like that. Good show there.
Yeah, that was tasty.
Can we move a couple of these to the end of the table? So.
Now I will note everyone finished their St. Pauli Girl. Not everyone finished their Texas Rig.
I think you're the only one who didn't finish the Texas Rig.
Oh. Is that a hint?
Is that it? All right, so now we got moving on to the wine of the evening. So I went French tonight. We are going with a nice little white. It's chilling down. I'm gonna need that napkin.
Are you messing with my trophy wife over here? Oh man, it's back in France.
Told you we're going
Ooh.
French. We're gonna go.
This almost looks like a muscadet.
It is a muscadet.
Ooh.
So this is the Chateau de la Ragatière. Ragatière. Muscadet. Muscadets generally are.
Is that the smallest
light
origin of grapes in France? That's the smallest region, grape growing region of all France, I believe.
Yeah, it's very
part of the Loire.
Selection, yeah, I can't read French anymore.
I'll grab some facts for Rob real quick.
It is in the Loire Valley.
Towards the coast.
The
it's
name
where the bay
Muscadet
opens
de
up.
Sévère.
It's on the north side.
It Maine derives from the two rivers which flow through the vineyards. Muscadet sur Lie is the finest wine of the region. While directly off its lees, which gives it extra character, fruit, and freshness. Muscadet is a dry and elegant wine to serve chilled as an aperitif to accompany shellfish, grilled fish, or white meat.
So the aperitif note, the shellfish note, so they're definitely saying get the gastronomy going with this. Use this to open up eating and drinking. And
this is Muscadet is one of my go-to wines when I'm going for oysters.
Yeah.
On the half.
Well, we did say it's on the head of a bag, right where a river meets a bag.
Really likes the brininess, the salt brininess.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got that briny salty always reminds me of Albarino too. So it's kind of got that Albarino.
Well, Albarino is grown primarily in the coastal regions of Spain, so it's picking up the same.
It smells. Oh wow, that smells really good.
Yeah. So this is from like regions of Normandy, and Norman, France, and they had goals, they had visions.
Normandy is what, north?
Yeah, it's a little bit. I think this is like Surat Maine or something like that. Is the actual?
It's like apple country, right?
It's great. It's great countryside. Really is. Roughly said northwest of Paris, mostly west of Paris, just straight to the coast.
I think that's just about the right temperature too. So I for those of you, just a little tip: if you're trying to chill down a bottle of wine quickly, other than putting it in straight in the ice bucket, always fill your ice and then put water on top of it. That connection, you get 360 degrees of cold touching the bottle with the water instead of just the ice hitting it in different places. I'm still smelling this. I haven't even tasted it.
Dumbfounded by this wine. This thing is fabulous.
The nose is just enjoyable.
I tell you what, people want to squeeze a lemon on their shellfish when they eat them. I think you have a wine like this, and I'm not saying this tastes like lemons. I'm just saying the urge to push lemon all over your seafood is reduced. You just want to go straight to the item. I could definitely see some casino with this as well.
Okay.
Like an appetizer like that. So if you're not like a raw fish or raw shellfish off the grill, there's fresh steamed or fresh shucked, check out doing a dish with a nice bottle of wine like this, like clams casino, clams oysters Rockefeller.
Grouper with a beurre blanc.
Yeah, I'd take that any day. Even a fruit stuffed whitefish, something like kind of like what you're talking about, like a lobster tail stuffed grouper. Could do nice.
Grouper with a lobster tail inside of it.
Oh my god. Whoa. I don't know where you've been eating, but you gotta take me. And you're picking up the check.
Hey, listen, I had flounder saltimbocca.
Well, what is it? What is it like? Shavings of white truffles on top of it as well.
Yeah.
I will say, if you shop carefully in Brunswick County, there is a lesser known wonderful seafood place to eat, and I'll just leave it at that. Because I want you to go out and try seafood in Brunswick County.
So I keep going back, getting more air in this glass, and going back to the nose.
Josh said apples, and I do
Apples,
just get like a nice grainy slip, a
peaches.
nice crisp apple in there, but not Chardonnay apple. Something just very right on the rind of that Granny Smith.
I'm getting like peaches.
Peaches, yeah.
White peaches.
Like peach fuzz.
Definitely
Literal
white,
peach fuzz.
not the Persian peach, the China white peach.
Okay, so this is a crisp, nice acidic wine.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The acid is right there mid palate.
Right, I don't feel like swallowing sour juice or something like that. You know what I mean? It's not acidic in my beyond just the mid palate, really.
Yeah,
but it's a nice dry white wine.
Oh, this is delicious.
It's not going to overtake any food. Yeah, we're talking seafood, but honestly, serve this with chicken salad.
Sit out on the porch and just have this with some cheese or something.
Yeah, toasted bread.
Yep. This is
This has fruit in a glass, and yet also has all the wonders of wine with it. I feel like when I get in here, I get a nice pluck, a nice piece of fruit, and I can get right back into enjoying some of the deeper notions of a glass of wine.
We were all just waving at our little friend Juliet.
Visitors.
Oh yeah.
She just came from dance class, it looks like. So anyway, back to wine. I'm getting again the fruit on the palate. I'm getting more peaches. I am getting some more some apple now.
Not a lot of apple, just a little bit.
Not a whole lot, but I'm getting a little bit of that.
Do you think like a soft cheese with this maybe would be preferable?
I would actually kind of like an older white cheese.
Okay.
Almost Manchego?
Yeah.
No, but Manchego's just so good with so many different wines too.
Just for some reason, Gruyère's coming to mind.
Gruyere probably wouldn't be a bad one.
Little too soft, I think, for me.
Little mild.
Although,
but I just think it would soften some of the acidity and leave the wine out to play and just help the belly and palate nicely. That's kind of why I was thinking of that, guys.
If Limburger didn't smell so bad, it'd probably be good with it.
I think cheddar would go good, but cheddar would win. You know, it'd be really sharp, really big for it. If you had a mild, like, herb cheddar.
I bet that Bella Vitano that we have in the back would be decent with this.
Is that the crumbly one?
He does have a Manchego.
The dry one?
I do have Manchego too.
You should try it.
There was Manchego Saturday.
Jarlsberg.
The Jarlsberg would play. That's nice Danish cheese, but it's really well rounded in terms of its availability for all.
You could probably
any beer to wine. Jarlsberg will do you fine.
You could probably pull out some Chev with it.
Yeah, I would definitely. You know what? You mentioned some goat cheese there, soft cheese like
Smear
that.
some Chev on a toast point and
Sometimes Chev or goat cheese is really where it's at.
absolutely.
Like cream cheese, but goat cheese style. You can stir some herbs in yourself if you find the right one. Really cheap, impressive way to, get the better side of the date. Instead of going out, picking up appetizers, get a bottle of this, stir up your own little, like, goat cheese thing, break out some toasted baguettes, and impress your date,
Unless she is gluten-free, then you guys...
Then you go straight to the oysters on the half shell.
Yeah,
But
so...
you know where that's going.
So, yeah.
What if they're vegan?
Then you're dating the wrong person.
Yeah, Josh is dating a vegan.
I'm sorry, vegan.
I totally believe that. That would be great.
I'm sorry,
that's
vegan.
absolutely right. Because this is not anything against vegans. This is actually a very personal thing.
Anybody who knows me knows that, yeah. Josh and yeah. Well, no, Josh has been like meat free the past.
Yeah, I have been meat free for a bit.
Which is something
Still
I
don't think he
could
can
never
date
do.
a vegetarian or a vegan.
No, I can't. But no, like I said, I'm taking a break from meat. I love cured meat too
I
much.
take a break from meat. I think it's not a bad thing for anyone to do at some point in time.
I love charcuterie too much to give up meat. I'm sorry.
I moved from Washington State to Ohio as a vegetarian.
That lasted long in Ohio,
ended
didn't
in
it?
1 week.
Yeah.
I tasted the Bucyrus brat and I was done.
All right, so
Have we got any?
Probably not.
probably not. No, I mean even
Our
your
chat
dad
screen's
wasn't.
falling asleep here.
Yeah,
guys.
even your dad wasn't on tonight. We probably started too late. He probably fell asleep.
Yeah.
So again, this Muscadet comes in here at the shop at $14.99.
So that's not. This is not your $10 or $11 bottle that you showed us the other week.
You want to get this. You want to get your goat cheese. You want to get your oysters and throw them on the grill, and then you want to follow it up with
Brioche.
Now, I was trying to think of what your entree would be after the oysters, and I kept coming up with the chicken.
I thought oysters were an entree.
I
That's
thought
why
the mushrooms with like a mushroom gravy on a chicken.
Oh well, if you eat 40 oysters,
bread.
that's an
True, but I was just thinking of.
I think of white wine, mushroom gravy. Like, use this wine. If you open this before dinner, use that half a glass with your mushroom gravy as you make that chicken for dinner. This is a very cookable wine. The acidity is going to hold up and help
She
you
wasn't
make
ready to
your
eat,
food.
Josh.
Oh.
She's scared of you.
So, just to know.
No, you know what? I think
He does. It's true. A lot of times he does.
I think I've got an idea for a birthday dinner that may or may not be coming up for somebody. So that's all I'm going to leave there, because this wine, oysters, chicken, maybe. How about wrapping the chicken in bacon and then a chicken breast and bacon on the grill, and then
mussels,
and then some wild mushroom.
I think the key with the
small
pork
mushroom
is going to be
That would be
cooking it
good.
when
Or also for like the little First course is like getting some nice fresh spring mix.
What about Cornish hen?
Taking it over to this and making a vinaigrette with straight wine.
You keep
Not
saying
even
chicken,
cooking
but
it
what
down.
about a Cornish hen with this wine?
That
Or is that more
isn't
of a
that,
red
isn't
wine?
that a chicken?
It's a chicken, but it's a small
It's a
chicken.
very small
I
pocket-sized
know.
chicken.
And then you gotta deal with the small bones, and they kind of get in my teeth.
That's why you stuff it full of olives.
I still think some nice white wine mushroom gravy.
I'm thinking
is actually a really good choice with French bread toasted. Keep it simple. Use the same. Just keep slicing and toasting that bread on the grill.
I'm thinking
as you
some
do.
wild mushrooms and,
Right
white
from
wine
the start.
and butter.
Open this bottle. Just start.
It'd probably be
toasting
good with
and taste
puttanesca.
it.
Because you get the briny. Not a whole lot of fish in puttanesca. I mean, the anchovy, but that's about it.
Puttanesca? Yeah. The pasta, the weediness of the pasta, yeah. I think staying with the olive oil sauces is going to be where it's at. So your tetrazzikis, your puttanescas, your pestos. That's what's going to play off well with this. Anything herbal. Garlic and onion, shallot. I would definitely say stick with the shallot. It's going to be softer and cut into this softer. Garlic's just going to destroy this wine. Plus, you're going to be tempted to throw a lot of salt at it. Just stick with the brininess of the wine and the seafood proteins you're serving. You know. Hey, that's just me being a punk.
And that's your culinary lesson for the week. So anyway, back
What
to
happens
the
when three guys drink a nice wine?
so back to the
None of us are hungry at all right now.
So let's review the beers. We had the Texas Rig from Southern Pines.
Cheers. I'll say cheers.
I liked it. Give it a thumb up there. We had the St. Pauli Girl as an interesting change from our normal
This is a house favorite.
craft beer
House favorite, I'd say.
selections. Yeah, it's solid. It's a mass-produced beer. It's it's a solid go-to. It's a good. Hey, I'm looking for a Bud Light, Miller Lite, Natural Light. Well, okay.
Without the headache and the pisses.
So go ahead and drink the St. Pauli Girl. You'll be fine. And then we moved on to the Muscadet that we had in. I think really good.
Top-notch choice.
I think
Absolutely.
we also discussed a couple good menu options with it, and we will be attempting those this week.
Shortly.
I think. Yeah.
I'm also now really hungry.
Yeah, me too. Again, I had a burger before I came. But it's really
All right, gang. Thank you for watching, and
I'm
we
going
are.
to go home and eat half a jar of hummus.
Listen, catch this on YouTube and realize this. We do a live Twitch. Anyone watching Twitch, sorry for repeating this, but this is live Twitch with interactive chat available. We're going to post this on YouTube, available to watch all week. Actually, we'll keep it up there for posterity in the library. We really are looking for you live subscribers who want to find out what we're doing. So I'm going to tell you, we're here every Monday, 7 to 7:30ish, getting tapped in to what are you drinking now at the office.
And subscribe, and comment
yeah.
below on the YouTube feed.
Oh,
So
absolutely, yes.
we shall see you next week. Have a good week.
So stop streaming.